Hey YouTubers, this is the shooting trial of Megan Thee Stallion. Her once best friend, Kelsey Harris, who Megan said she met in her freshman year in college and they did everything together, claims that she did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion after getting immunity. She backtracked on what she said before about Tory Lanez threatening her. So it was day 3 of the trial, of the felony assault trial, that left many aggravated and confused as to what actually happened the night Megan Thee Stallion was shot and injured. So Kelsey Nicole Harris took the stand. She was once Megan's best friend. She was granted immunity. But when she took the witness stand, it appears as if she was flip-flopping on whether Tory Lanez threatened her or threatened to shoot her, leaving many to believe she's covering up something. So for the third day of testimony, Kelsey Nicole Harris gave her version of the story of what happened. And she said from the night of the shooting, she only spoke one time with Megan and they have not met up. She have not seen her up until the courtroom appearance. And they've been at each other's necks, she said, even putting out diss tracks on each other. But the masses of the people have been completely confused as to why. Is it because maybe they were sleeping with the same guy? And some jealousy somehow creeped in there. So according to Rolling Stones magazine, the courtroom lit up when Kelsey immediately demanded immunity in the case for her testimony. And according to Rolling Stones, before Kelsey began her testimony, she invoked the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Now, when you invoke the Fifth Amendment right, it does not mean that you're guilty. It just means that you don't want to speak because you might become involved. You might incriminate yourself. So let's look at what it actually says. So this is what the Fifth Amendment right says when it comes to self-incrimination. It says, according to Wikipedia, the Fifth Amendment also protects criminal defendants from having to testify if they may incriminate themselves through testimony. A witness may plead the Fifth and not answer questions if the witness believes answering the question may be self-incriminatory. So it does not mean that you're guilty if you do not answer the question. It just means that you're choosing not to answer because you might incriminate yourself and you don't want to incriminate yourself. Therefore, you take the Fifth. You plead the Fifth. So Kelsey requested immunity from prosecution, which was granted. However, her testimony left prosecutors frustrated because her answers, almost every question, followed with, "I honestly don't remember." So the immunity that she got did not help the prosecutors to have her speak truly on what she knew. She just took the Fifth, or she said, "I don't remember." She began her statement by saying she did not want to be present at that trial. So a lot of people are speculating maybe she was threatened. So she was asked why or what triggered her to come to trial if she didn't want to be there. And she said, lies from Megan. And when asked what lies she was referring to, she responded, she said that I betrayed her, that I'm a bad friend, that I took hush money. They're all lies, she testified. She also said that the trial to her was like a trigger situation because she experienced a lot of negative stuff in her personal life concerning her son and a recent death, which triggers a lot of anxiety. So she was not looking forward to the trial and testifying on the witness stand. For those reasons, she said she didn't want to be there. So during the opening statement, Tory's attorney told the jury that Tory's DNA was not found on the weapon used in the attack, which would create doubt that he actually was the shooter. And maybe Kelsey was the shooter. And Kelsey's response was those accusations are ridiculous. Kelsey went on to testify how she and Meg first met Tory at the same time at a Rock Nation brunch in 2020. And after they met, she said Megan wanted her to hook up with Tory. And she and Tory became intimate. However, when Kelsey tested positive for COVID, she said she left LA for Texas. She went back to Texas. And that's when Megan and Tory began to hook up. So it was two women involved with the same guy. And I guess this is why Megan was so reluctant to answer Gayle King's question when she asked her if she was intimate with Tory. And she lied. She said no, they were not intimate. But on the witness stand, she had to confess because her friend Kelsey came out and said, yes, they were intimate. But on this third day of the trial, the biggest bombshell was when the lawyer for Tory said that his fingerprints were not found on the weapon, and maybe it was Kelsey who did the shooting, which she denied. So Kelsey went on to chronicle the events of the evening, what happened after they left Jenner's house and they got in the car. So she said on the night of the shooting, there was a small gathering at Kylie Jenner's house, and there was a lot of alcohol. There was not a lot of people, she said, but a lot of alcohol. She also said that Tory was flirting with Kylie, and Megan became agitated. She went on to say that Megan then wanted to leave the party and she wanted to leave with Corey, but he refused. So Kelsey said she and Megan finally left, but then they had to return to the house because Megan said she forgot her slippers. So after Megan retrieved her slippers, she went back to the car with Tory, and they got into the black SUV with Tory's bodyguard, whose name is Jaquan Smith. And during the car ride, Kelsey said she learned about Megan and Tory's sexual relationship. She didn't know that they were sexually involved before, but she learned about it during that car ride, which she alleged that's how the argument started between the three of them. Allegedly, Megan began to scrutinize Tory's music career, saying he owed his fame to being on a remix with Jack Harlow. So in other words, she was kind of putting him down. And when you put down someone who is in the music business about their music, you're going to kick off an argument. So Kelsey further stated that Megan got out of the car, then she came back in the car. The argument continued, and she saw Kelsey reaching for something in the console, but she didn't know what it was, and she didn't see anything. But Megan came out of the car again, the SUV, and she said she heard gunshots. And Megan looking to her left, looking back, but she didn't see Tory firing any shots. On the other hand, Megan said she was sure it was Tory who fired at her because when she looked to her left and she was looking back, she saw him with a gun in his hand, but she didn't see him shooting. But she heard him saying, "Dance, bitch, dance." So that casts a reasonable doubt because she did not actually see him pulling the trigger. So it was either him or Kelsey that shot her because it could have only been one out of the two people. So when Kelsey was asked by the DA if Tory had threatened to shoot her, she said yes. So that didn't look good for Tory. But on the other hand, because there was so much confusion in terms of who did the shooting, that was a positive for Tory because the degree of doubt was cast because no one knows who actually did the shooting because gun residue was found on both Tory as well as Kelsey. And Megan said she did not see Tory doing the shooting. She saw him with a gun in his hand, but actually firing, she did not see him firing. And Tory as well as Kelsey was in the same vicinity. They were close to each other. So who did the shooting? Nobody knows as yet. So Tory's lawyers managed to cast that reasonable doubt. So the deputy district attorney reminded her that in a previous interview with another prosecutor and herself that Kelsey mentioned that Tory threatened to shoot her. She wanted to jar her memory since she was taking the fifth on everything. So the deputy district attorney proceeded to replay portions of the recording. And Kelsey said that those things that she said were not true because at the time she wanted to protect herself. So the deputy district attorney went to the next proof. And so she began to show the text messages that Kelsey sent to Megan's security guard the night of the alleged shooting, which stated, "Help, Tory shot Megan, 911," which clearly stated she wanted him to call 911 because Tory had shot Megan. So Kelsey went on to say in court that she don't know why she texts that because she did not see what happened. She did not see Tory shooting Megan. So she kept saying, "I only heard gunshots." And when she was asked if she saw Tory shooting Megan, and she invoked her Fifth Amendment rights. So the DA, the district attorney, then asked her if she remembers saying that Megan looked like a deer in headlights and seeing Tory aiming the gun downwards towards Megan's foot or towards the ground. And of course she denied it. She was in defense mode and she don't know why she said all those things. And she kept pleading the fifth. So guys, what do you think? You think she was lying on the stand? And if they caught her lying, what are the ramifications? Can they go after her? Because remember, they give her immunity. So Megan got on the witness stand and she said that Tory promised her and Kelsey $1 million if they did not tell the police about the incident, claiming he was on probation for a prior weapons offense. So on the witness stand, when Kelsey was asked about the money, this $1 million that Megan said that Tory offered them, Kelsey said that she assumed that the money was for the shooting, but Tory never stated explicitly what it was for. So the DA further asked Kelsey if Tory offered to fund any future business projects and pay for her lawyer's fee in exchange for her remaining silent. And Kelsey stated that she doesn't want any connection or correlation with Tory and had rejected his alleged money offers, claiming that she told him, "I don't need you to do anything for me." So this case is really heating up, folks. And Kelsey have immunity. She did not give up much to the prosecutors. She did not help Megan's case any, and that was day 3. They're scheduled to return back to court on Monday. So Kelsey Harris is maintaining she did not shoot Meg. She said she felt a lot of pressure and is still feeling a lot of pressure. The surgeon who removed the bullet fragments from both of Megan's feet also testified to substantiate the fact that she was shot in the foot and it was not glass residue. And x-rays of her feet were shown in court. Also, a criminalist from the LAPD department testified that gunshot residue was found on Tori as well as Kelsey. And this is why she's maintaining her innocence. So Kelsey said she has not spoken to Megan since the night of the shooting. She has only spoken to her once, despite the fact that they were so close. They were close like sisters. So Tori's attorney said that his goal was to show how Megan lies. And so when he cross-examined her on the witness stand, that was his main goal, to show all the things that she had said were just a bunch of lies. So Tori's attorney said to her, "You lied on national TV." And her response was yes. Then he said, "You lied to Detective Stockman." And she said yes. And then he said, "You lied about having an intimate relationship with Tori." And she said yes. So she had to walk all those things back and admit that she did lie. So now the public is looking at Megan as a big liar. And I would imagine in the minds of the jurors, if you lie about one thing, two things, then maybe everything else is a lie. But Megan did the same thing that Kelsey did when she was on the witness stand, of saying, "I don't remember. I could have," and maybes. A lot of those, she said. So it was clear that Tori's attorney was trying to poke holes in her story. The stories that she gave to her lawyers, they were trying to show that they are not true. Tori's attorney also dropped a bombshell. He said there was a witness who saw a female with a gun. So according to the defense attorney, Tori's attorney, the witness said they saw the female with a gun. And the defense attorney did not say holding in opposed to with. You know, it's a matter of semantics. Was the female holding the gun, as in trying to shoot the person, or just with the gun, as maybe they saw the gun somewhere in the female's vicinity? So it's all not quite clear as yet, but it's going to be ironed out in the court system. And I think by this testimony, Megan's once best friend is in real trouble. So here is the interview once again with Megan and Gail King on national TV.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people to believe that it was a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature?
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that. And
did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
So Megan had to backtrack this particular statement in court. She said she lied. And if you lie about one thing, in the minds of the jurors, they're going to look at everything else might be a lie. So that's the aim of the prosecutors, to get that reasonable doubt in the jurors' mind. And I would say they have it now, because now the jurors are going to think, well, maybe Tori was not the one who shot Megan. And maybe because she lied about so many other things, maybe she's lying about this. Maybe it was the woman who shot her instead, and maybe she's protecting her. Reasonable doubt, folks. So it doesn't look good for your girl, Megan. I don't think she's going to win her case because she's been caught in too many lies. Her story and Kelsey's story did not match up. Megan said that when she got to Kylie Jenner's home, it was a reasonable sized crowd, but then the crowd dwindled, and then she called Tori. By the time he got there, the crowd had dwindled. So it was only her, Kelsey, and Tori, and they decided to get in the pool. And her wig got wet. It was kind of coming off, so she decided she didn't feel comfortable, so she decided to leave. She went to the driver, and she was with Kelsey, and she told the driver she wanted to leave, and the driver told her he's not leaving without Tori. So I'm beginning to kind of lean towards her being jealous. That's why she wanted to leave, because if her wig was coming off in the pool, you would just reposition the wig and, have a good time. But the fact that she wanted to leave, remember, Kelsey said that Tori was flirting with Kylie and Megan got jealous. So maybe that's why she wanted to leave. So I'm going out on a limb here and I'm going to predict that he's going to get off. YouTubers, drop it in the comment section. What's your prediction? What are some of the things that you have concerns over, or maybe you've got some more information to share with everyone of us? Well, once again, here's Megan lying to Gayle King when she interviewed her about the upcoming trial.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people to believe that it was a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature?
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that. And
did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
When she asked Gayle, do you mean a sexual relationship? And she was looking down on the ground, and then she said, everyone knew she was lying right there. I am not going to victim shame because Megan did get shot in the foot, both feet. But the point is, she did not have to lie about her relationship with Tory Lanez because everybody knew about it. She did not have to lie to the doctor that she stepped on glass because obviously the x-ray would show that it was residue from a gun. She did not have to lie to the police because they would get that report from the hospital. So all this lying that Megan was doing was bound to catch up with her. And it's only going to hurt her case. Anyway, guys, I'm over and out. Drop your comments if you want to weigh in on this conversation. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.